Is university really a scam? Well, sort of. When you go to university, you're literally investing so much of your time to learn pretty much a very specific skill or specific set of skills and actually transfer those skills into something valuable. Maybe working for somebody that needs those skills, maybe creating a business yourself. There's a lot of things you can do with it. The thing is, we still live in somewhat of an era where university feels like it is an obligatory path to take in order for you to actually do something valuable in society. There is some truth to that depending on what you actually want to become. But now in 2022, there's so many ways sometimes to obtain. And the idea of you being in university in order for you to provide something valuable to society is something that always existed for hundreds of years. And you know what? University makes perfect sense back in the day. Think about it. Now we live in a day and age where we have Google, but back then we didn't have Google or any other search engines that would allow us to easily access any kind of information that we want. Back then, technically, university's job was to grab information everywhere, from books, from people, from teachers, from researchers, anywhere, to basically get that information and give it all the way pre-packaged to you in a nice silver platter. But now people keep questioning, what's the reason to go to university at this point? I mean, if I can use Google, why do I go to university? There's so many online resources that are absolutely free for me to learn the same skills in university. And you know what? There's some truth to that. As a software engineer, you can literally go to any resources online and you'll have a plethora of things there. Go on YouTube, go on Stack Overflow, go literally on GitHub. You can find plenty of information, people discussing things absolutely free, and you'll end up learning the same thing that university teaches you. At least that's from my experience as a software engineer. Literally, like if I look back at my university degree, like I have had maybe 20% of classes where I actually learned something that's quite meaningful that maybe isn't easy to research online, but the other 80%, the actual skills needed to be in the work field, was all gained through online resources. I barely really learned anything that wasn't really online. So yeah, it raises the question, if I can go online and go and get all these materials, what is the point for me to, pay about, 40K, 50K, Canadian, US, whatever, to actually obtain a degree? I know legitimately some people who have gotten no degrees that have the same job as I do. Just think about that. I spent 50K. I spent 4 years of my life looking through so much courses, somewhat meaningful, somewhat less meaningful. I mean, as a software engineer, I've taken courses like chemistry, physics, and calculus. Do I really need that? Just because I need that damn engineering, really? Just so I can say, hey, look at me, I'm an engineer. Really? I paid 40K for this? You know what I mean? Like, it makes you start questioning these things. But then you have to actually start looking back at when you were 18, 17, 19 years old, and you ended up realizing you are not very certain what you actually want to do. So technically, I could have self-taught myself and got the same job right now. Could have maybe taken less years because I wouldn't have to take so many BS courses like calculus and all that. But I don't necessarily regret my decision going to university. I mean, what's done, it's done. And in my case, I still met wonderful people over there. I still made good connections. And I love that university gave me a certain push. I will not come here and say that university has done absolutely nothing for me. It has done some things. It's best sometimes, to take your losses and say, you know what, let's look at the positives that comes from it and move on, right? Like, I can come and say university is a scam for myself. But I mean, at the same time, like, I just went through university and, it was done is done. So it doesn't really matter for me in the end. But for you actually have to start wondering and questioning yourself. You actually have to shop around to see what kind of skills do I need and where can I get them. There's actually a lot of platforms out there online that can actually give you the same kind of certification, the same kind of education that university is providing for ridiculously cheaper without taking any of the BS courses that I mentioned earlier. Because at the end of the day, this is an investment. You are basically going to not only invest your money, but a lot of your time as well. So in your case, you're thinking, I want a return of my investment as quickly as possible, right? So if taking 4 years of your time to learn a certain skill costs higher than taking 2 years of your time to learn a skill that costs lower, then of course you have to go for the second option. No way, yeah, of course. And of course, when you actually go to university or take any skills, actually have a goal in mind. Seriously, I see a lot of people just aimlessly going to university without actually understanding what the hell they want. Dude, are you just like throwing money away? You're literally just throwing your time and money out of the way. In life, you should never just aim aimlessly. You should actually have a goal in life. Me, I went to university so that I could become a software engineer. I am currently working as a software engineer. As simple as that, right? If you're going for a major that has literally nothing in the market, then get out of there. What are you doing? I know lots of programs in university that literally does not give you a job at the end of it. And I'm just standing here like, what's the point to do this? What's the point to take 4 years of your life, 40K or 30K, whatever, how much money it costs, and then you get out with just great theoretical knowledge? Okay, sure. 4 years is a lot, man. 4 years is a lot of your time. It is ultimately precious. You can take that 40K and invest it to a lot of things. You can build a business, invest in something you actually care and actually believe in. But that's the thing, university is a huge investment for yourself. So make sure that when you go to university, you go there for the right reasons. You go there thinking that this is the only way and the best way for me to go and get the job that I want. Now, here's a little rant that I have for university. I've done a software engineering degree, and looking back, like I said earlier, there has been some BS course I have to take. And you know what? Sure, whatever. I take some BS courses that's unrelated to my field. Sure, whatever. I'll take them. My only concern though is the quality of the courses. You pay pretty much $1,000 per course when you go to pretty much any major American university. $1,000. So if you have 100 students, you're literally making $100,000 for that course alone. Of course, I know that money gets split into billions of people in the field, but at the same time, $100,000 has been invested into this course. That's so much money. You know, you'd be thinking the quality of the courses should be incredible. Like seriously, the professor should actually give it some thought and time. No, they don't. I'm actually surprised to see that some professors don't even give a damn about the course. I have legitimately had courses where the professor actually just turned on YouTube. And in a university course, they turned on YouTube and just let us sit there and watch in a remote class, remote setting. They just turned on YouTube. Oh, like as if I couldn't even do that. Like I literally took this one course in university and literally half of it was YouTube videos. Half of it was YouTube videos. I have paid $1,000 just to see YouTube videos. Are you kidding me? Like I'm just here like, dude, you professors, you already are regurgitating information over and over and again every single year. You are using exams, materials every single year. Can you not give at least a little bit more of your attention to the teaching? You're teaching probably tens of thousands of students to get to their goals, to get to what they actually want to do in life. That'll actually produce so much value. Take your job a little bit more seriously. You are getting paid so damn well. Stop robbing us. Seriously, it's kind of like robbing us at this point. We're paying $1,000 for your course, so that I would expect that you're gonna try your absolute best to actually give us a really good teaching experience. Of course, I had wonderful teachers in university. I legitimately had some teachers sometimes where I would actually message them, email them at the end of the course and be like, you've done a damn wonderful job. Thank you so much. Like I actually took the time to thank them, and yeah, some of them absolutely deserved it. And one specific thing I really hate about university is the way they treat our mental health. I mean, I kind of understand the idea, you know, throwing as much things as possible so that we can get the hang of it and everything, but at the same time, you hear a lot about students suiciding, a lot of people with mental health, and of course you hear a lot of universities saying, oh, we care so much about mental health, look at us, we've created this club, but no, at the end of the day, they do so many things to harm mental health of a lot of students. Grades. Just the idea of grades alone already creates so much stress and problems. I get it, they have thousands of students to evaluate, but again, we're paying so much money for what? So that they could just give us crappy learning, give us a test sheet and just tell us, hey, you missed this, you missed this, you missed that, and there you go, you're a failure? We're paying them good money. We're paying them lots of money. And I would expect that their way of evaluating us doesn't keep being old schooled like this. There's a lot of ways that you can evaluate a student. Instead of just giving us a paper, why not just actually evaluate our skills? As a software engineer, how come we get evaluated for random facts, knowledge, theory? Why not just actually have a tester with us that actually looks at the skills that we do? Electrical engineer, how about you actually look at the person and see what they have learned so far and what kind of skills they can actually apply to what they have learned, and see actually like how they're doing. And instead of just giving them a grade, be like, oh, screw you, this is your grade. Give them feedback. Tell them, you know what? Okay, you know what? You've done good, but I think you should do this and this and this. Why not? Why not have this kind of evaluation? It's less stressful. It's more personal. That way you can actually get good feedback. You can understand what you've done wrong and you can keep improving and iterating from there. But nope, let's keep the same system that we've done for the past thousands of years. And that's because it's the cheapest one, it's easier, but for some reason it costs more money for us to do all of this. So you know what? Screw you. I can understand that university can feel kind of scummy, but sometimes it is the only way for your path to success. If you want to become a doctor, unfortunately, you have to go through the university step. You just can't just go straight up and be a doctor just like that. So yeah, there's certain professions you got to go through that route. Unfortunately, you know, they have to actually enforce some people to go to their facility. So yeah, I cannot necessarily say that university is a scam because it technically can help you get your goals. I just hope that one day the system can actually change because it's completely and utterly outdated. University is causing a lot of mental health issues, It's causing a lot of student loan debts, and it's wasting a lot of people's time. Like, yes, it's a system that works, but economically speaking, the more debts you create, the more mental health issues you create, and the more time you waste from people, the worse the economy gets. I'm not sure why the system hasn't been improved for the past hundreds of years, and yet the cost just keeps increasing. But I really hope the system changes, because this is absolutely unacceptable. And a lot of people are theorizing because of all these issues that 50 years from now or less, university, it's not going to be as significant as it was before. And honestly, I agree with them. I don't necessarily hate the concept of university. I really love the idea of education. I encourage education. Just this education system needs to improve, man. There are so many problems with the mainstream universities, and I really hope the smaller universities, or rather the smaller organizations that are actually taking the time to actually improve the system, actually become more mainstream, and those actually become our main source of education. Like places like Coursera, Academy Khan, these kind of places where you can find loads of information. I hope one day those become more mainstream, because those are the solution. Those are the solutions for the majority of the fields. So I guess this video ended up being more or less just a rant about university more than anything. But at the very least, when leaving this video, I want you to take a better decision. Make sure you know exactly what you want before going that path. And if it's the way, then go on ahead. And I wish you the absolute best of luck if you're going the university path, because, oh god, it can be quite difficult. But you know what? In some ways, it will feel rewarding. So yeah, I wish you the best of luck for your endeavors. And remember, keep your life exciting.